we're over here now with a player that's getting his run, and that's Espoir Mashigaro, 13. And now Berry's on the ball, number 23. He goes down and, thanks mate, and finds, well, tried to find. Who was that? I'll get his number plate in a minute. Now I've got it. Joseph Nyembo, who's getting a start tonight, which is fantastic.
I can't help but notice, looking at the pitch, it looks like it's been cut today.
Yeah, it has.
So I can already see the ball's moving quicker along the pitch than it has been for a while. So that'll make the game interesting. I think it'll probably suit Hellenic more.
Yeah. And thank you, Samson, for putting a big divot the size of the rugby union pitch right in it right now. Yeah, it's just done today. And the other thing, too, they take a lot of the debris off, too, so she looks really nice and clean. And but you're right, it'll be a fast... If you play on the ball and on the ground and you play eyes-up football, you'll have an advantage here for sure. Right, we're over on the North Crest scoreboard side. It's around the 7-minute mark. He said, looking at the clock, that's totally obscured because the scoreboard's doing its normal thing and playing up as a 6-minute mark we're in. That's Mario Camiro on the ball there, again getting a start as well, number 4. Again, someone who usually subs in, number 13 on the ball, that's Espoir. Simon Hill anchoring the front, Maria, and he'll do really well in that job, as he has all year since coming back from COVID. He's been a real star for this team. Right, Captain Warren Berry on the ball, goes back to Rushton Woods, finds Alex, no, signs, not Alex. Finds the big fella at the back, and Dan Bullman. And Dan calmly plays out. A little bit of triangles forming there with them. Now goes back to the keeper. Some patient play from the Blue and Whites in the midfield tonight. That's a nice play too there. Warren Berry's been moving everywhere. Now he gets him on the run and away he goes. He unleashes. Keeper comes out in Dominic. Is an opportunity to clear up, and Ryan McAvoy will take that. He'll go out to Jay Adams. Well controlled from Port Darwin. And Roberto on the ball now. Sickles takes it back. He's going to go back to the same player, Jay Adams. That's a loose pass. And picked up by Manoli. Manoli goes to Camiro. Camiro's tackled early. Really strong play from Samson Mashamango, number 13. A lot smaller than Mario Camiro, but went in there with real conviction and intent. You want to see that from your players early on, Daniel? It's really good.
Yeah, you do. It just makes a statement. I mean, you don't want to be seen early in the game as pulling out of 50-50s because next time they'll think you'll pull out again. So you don't want to give them that mental upper hand.
And talking about that was just Ramondo Jose there on the ball, number 7. He's back with it now, and he's pushed it out to Koge, who's made an overlapping run from left back. So Tobias will pick that up.
Port have come out the gates very strong here. I've got to say, a lot of intensity in their press and in the communication. You can hear it already. Let's hope they can hold this intensity. Yeah,
well, it's been the last 2 weeks have been like that, Daniel. They've come out with real intent and purpose from the whistle. And the point of the matter is that they have been able to maintain it. There shouldn't be any weather fatigue tonight. It's a beautiful 24 degrees, no breeze. A lovely dry season night, quiet as it can be at the stadium in terms of you'll hear all the calls because there's just no extraneous noise. We've got a small crowd in, probably about 100 on a Tuesday night. A lot of people have got families and kids. We had our National Training Centre on here beforehand as well, where there was lots of kids, and a few of those kids are stuck in with their parents to watch the game, which is great for them. But any excuse not to go home and study. Do your homework. Good one, little ones. Anyhow, we're on the scoreboard side where Warren Barry was looking for some advantage there from the referee, but it's not forthcoming. So Kage on the board, one of the new talents and the new kids coming through Port Darwin. And Daniel, that's a misplaced pass. But up until that pass, He had a really good game last week, Tobias Koge, and just symptomatic of some of the young kids they're bringing into the club, and they've only been together, 8 rounds or whatever, and they're starting to gel. It's really exciting.
There's been a huge improvement in Port Darwin, there's no doubt about that. Things like the intensity they're bringing in the games, the last game I commentated as well, the distribution, the calmness on the pass.
So that was a lovely pass to McAvoy. Mungo on the post.
Oh.
It is an absolute stunner.
What a stunner.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Raimundo Jose, you have just put us on the edge of our seats and then off them. Sensational play from him. We were just talking, Daniel, about distribution. McAvoy, one pass onto the feet. He turned inside on his right foot, and that was dipping into that corner as soon as he left it go.
That whole build-up and the shot was a team playing with confidence, and I'm really happy to see that. I hope that Port Darwin can hold this, but I had to put down my mic to clap my hands there because that was phenomenal.
That was just beautiful. Okay, we have a 1-0 scoreline in the 10th minute. We just had a goal of out of the top shelf. Absolute. I love the phrase top shelf. Actually, in my top shelf, there's just socks. All the good stuff's in the bottom shelf, family photos. Well done. That was so good from Raimondo.
But let's see if they can hold it now. Hellenic's not going to roll over. They'll be looking for an immediate response, and the next 5 minutes are crucial for Port Darwin.
Absolutely. Started with McAvoy, the captain in the centre, with a beautiful pass, long ball down there. Now we see one from Rushton Woods, putting it through to a scurry of players. Captain 23 Barry's on there, but well played by Koge. Puts it out of play. And one of the young players there getting a chance for the first time on the ball now. And I think that's Ronald Tione. I'm not sure. Let's see if he turns around. Is that number 2 over there? He doesn't normally get a starting run, which is fantastic that John Francis is giving so many good players, of his emerging players, a run tonight. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's Ronald Tione. Number 2 for Hellenic. If you just joined us, it's around now the 12th minute mark coming up. And Hellenic are running from right to left on their screen. They've got a 1-0 deficit to clear up sometime between now and half time. And the person that that great ball, McAvoy, just puts one back to Samson Mashamango. Back to McAvoy. McAvoy moves forward. He's got Barry on his back, the captain of Hellenic. Nice overstep, and Mark back goes back with calm and poise to Jay Adams. And the right back goes to the centre where Samson is. Good pressure from Rushton Woods, but McAvoy gets there. Samson to go again for the ball. Pass over the top to number 2, Ronald Tione. And Ronald and Tobias, 2 young players, have a little personal battle. Love the little personal battles, Daniel. Each and every week, in every game, you get so many little pieces of theatre happening between 2 players. I think those 2 will be having plenty of interesting contact and contest tonight. Number 2 for the Blue and Whites, young player, and also number 5 for Port Darwin in the left back position. Thank you. Welcome to Men's Premier League. I think that was Oakland. I'm not sure who that was. Came in there with a heavy body contact. I think Oakland is out there tonight. Get his number. Wasn't Andre. Oh, it was Andre Profiti, actually, because that's now Raimundo Jose with him. So, number 14. He's Albanian, but has spent a lot of time in Italy as well. Played a lot of football there. And he's been a real find this year for Port Darwin, Andre Profiti. Already got a hat-trick, Daniel, so he can certainly take advantage when he gets an opportunity to score 3 times in one game.
You'd hope so. I was just looking at as Hellenic set up that corner there and took it. They actually left 3 players back on Isaac. So I would have thought they would have pushed up a few more men, considering they're chasing now. But they're also cautious of the speed that young Isaac has. He
does. He has speed to burn. Can't coach it. And he had it on show last week where he came on and scored 2 goals as a substitute and put Port Darwin into the winner's circle.
He's just delivered a great ball across the face.
He did, didn't he? No one was on the run. Samson, you were a little late. Picked up again by Manoli, goes to Warren Warren Barry looks for Simon Bell. Now we'll go to the left hand or the grandstand side, looks up. His next move will be the correct one, as it normally is.
Terry's done very well to just usher Simon Bell back there and cut off his options.
Yeah, it was really good pressure and defence. As noted by Daniel McCormick, he'll give us expert insights as we go through this match. It's coming up to the 15-minute mark. Hellenic 1-0 down against Port Darwin. Beautiful goal from Raimundo Jose. Absolute top-class goal. On the right foot, dipping shot and straight into the net. Roberto on the ball. He'll be an engine all night. Puts a lovely ball through. And out comes the keeper. Well done to Nicholas. Controlled that ball really well. Number 10 is going to be dangerous. Isaac Paul. Again, one of the youngsters. Really quiet lad. We interviewed him at the end of the game, Daniel. Apparently it's the most words he's spoken since he's been in Darwin for 3 years. So, really quiet fella.
Well, at this
Lovely
rate,
boy.
we'll be getting him up again for an interview, so we'll make his day.
Yes. Right, Roberta Sickles has come through there. Let's see what he does.
He hasn't got much support with him.
No, he looks up, finds it now. Misplaced, unfortunately. And the ball will roll off Mario Camiro. And Turner will come out from the back. Goes for Ruston Woods. Ruston Woods playing in a central sort of midfield role. Playing on the right side, not the central role. Playing on the right side of the midfield at the moment. I think him and Warren Barry will swap across both sides. I'm not quite sure what happened there, Daniel.
I think it's just gone out for a throw-in, but it's been
I think Daniel
approached.
Bullman was struggling. He is, actually. Now heading over to the bench for some work.
It's not a good sign for Hellenic.
No, he's fit as, strong as an ox. Doesn't look okay at all.
It's a key player for them, and I believe he works on a 4-week on, 4-week off roster, so let's hope they don't lose him for more than a game.
Yeah,
at least,
exactly. That's
true. He'll be back out again.
Well put, Daniel. He's actually out in the middle of the Timor Sea. And one of the variety of work and employment you can have based in Darwin. He's out on a rig. And so they're down to 10 players. They're going to do some work on him and hopefully get him back, I'm assuming.
Considering how important the next 2 to 3 weeks are, it'll be vital that they look after him here.
Right, throw in. Well, good sportsman stuff from Port Darwin. Ball's thrown back to the keeper. Keeper collects, runs across to the centre of his goals and does a hand pass out to Espoir, number 13. He looks up trying to find Mario Camiro, and Raimundo Jose gets in there first, but little collision with his own player there in Roberto, so the ball's now back with Hellenic. They go to the right side where Ruston Woods moves forward, looks up, always looks up. Good player Woods, Ruston Woods. But again, good pressure from Port Darwin. They're not giving Hellenic any time or space when they have the ball, and there's a good example of it then, where they've dispossessed Warren Barry in the centre of the field. Roberto Siclay's on the ball now. He moves forward, goes back. Raimundo's going to have a shot from there. Confidence high. That one's gone well wide of the goals.
Yeah, you
First
can't blame
time.
him after his first attempt. He's feeling confident tonight.
No, yep.
There seems to be a lot of space in the midfield when Port Darwin have the ball and they're moving forward. So interesting because Hellenic normally win their games by dominating that midfield. So at this point, I'd say Port Darwin's the one in control of the midfield.
Yeah, and that's a really good point, Daniel. And I think, again, in Hellenic and John Francis's point of view, they've got a lot of new people in the midfield. For example, Mario Camiro is coming back from a long-term injury as well, just getting his match fitness, getting a start tonight. And he's wearing the number 4 jersey for the Blue and Whites. And they're running from right to left on your screen. This is actually a round 18 match. It's a catch-up round. We're playing midweek football here in Darwin so that we get all our rounds of the Men's Premier League in. And it's our way of moving around the monster called COVID-19. And we'll have a women's game here tomorrow night. Same thing. We've got reserve grade happening on the other pitches here tonight. Have a reserve grade game happening out at Fred's Pass as well too, Daniel, out in the suburbs, what we call the rural suburb out at Litchfield. So we have plenty of football on tonight on a Tuesday night.
I love travelling for football. I think it's the one thing our top flight's missing is that all the games are played here on this amazing pitch in front of lights. But the element of travelling to someone else's home ground is a key piece of football, and I can't wait till we get to that point with our game up here.
Absolutely. Just need another 20 million and we'll be there. And we've got some coming. All right, we have Esquire on the ball now. On his left-hand favourite left side, goes into Manoli. Manoli goes back. Little click from behind from Sansa Mashamango. It's an infraction. The referee's noted it. It'll come back. This ball will be left by Mario Camiro. No, he'll take it. And Roberto's hanging around just to make sure that he's...
We've just had a substitute here by Hellenic, so number 24 has come on.
So we have. So he's succumbed to whatever it was. Daniel Bullman. We'll find out what that is. To Daniel McCormick's point, it's really crucial. Such a crucial player in the centre of defence for them. Find out how he is, what the injury is. And to Daniel's point, because he's in for 4 weeks, out for 4 weeks because of work, you'd want him to play for those 4 weeks. And unfortunately, with this midweek game, there seems to be an injury. So the replacement is Juna. Has come on. And ball comes across. It's not a bad one from Mario. He'd be happy with that. Ball still in play, comes in, tipped in. This is dangerous. Price goes to it and misses it. Unusual for him. Looks at his glove in his hand. So what happened there? And throws his head back. Usually very reliable with the ball like that. Certainly in dangerous situations. So I'm sure he'll rectify that in the future. Right, Mario Camaro on the ball now, number 4. Put that lovely cross in to get this underway. Barry's on the ball, chest down. Turns a nice little right footer into Simon Bell. Simon Bell takes a low right foot shot. Plenty of punch on it. And it just runs about 2 balls width beyond the right goal post where Price will pick it up. And Dominic will have a set kick from here. Usually gets it well over the halfway. See how he goes tonight. No wind to think of, no humidity. Just a beautiful, placid Tuesday night here in Darwin. And he just got to the halfway where Isaac Paul and watching the ball bounce over his head a few times from much taller players. Jay Adams has gone down. Referee pulls that up. Not intentional from Esquire. Didn't really see the player coming, I don't think, Daniel.
No, but there was no malicious intent there by young Esquire. I think he was just legitimately going for that ball and possibly closed his eyes at the last second there.
Showing concern, which is lovely. And the coach of Port Darwin, Lee Addison, has extended the technical area by another 8 feet. But now gone back. Yellow card. So issued by the centre referee, Ryan. So we're at the 22nd minute mark, coming up to the halfway mark of that 22 minutes, and we have a yellow card for a player, number 13 for Hellenic. Right, Roberto takes the thing. He's pushed it past everybody. And he's going to be dangerous. He's already on a yellow card, Daniel, and he's straight in the thick of it, and 2 incidences inside the box, which were pretty scary. He's got away with it.
I was expecting to see a call there. I mean, I've seen it go for less, but it was also a difficult one for the referee. The linesman didn't flag it. The referee was watching. The linesman had a better angle there, but...
yeah, 2 of our most expensive, yeah, they are expensive too, but our most experienced officials in the centre, referee and Ryan and Albert are running the line down here, so they saw nothing untoward there. So we're back into play, but heart in the mouth stuff if you're a fan of number 13. He's already just picked up a card. Another one, and he'll mean to be off the pitch. And they're down to 10 men. Right, that's Adams. Puts it across to O'Shea. The Bushranger looks up and finds Enfredi. Enfredi gets a clip from behind by Rushton Woods. He'll be watching him all day. And number 14 will come up to the ball. Players are asking him to go forward, but he's not. He's seen an opportunity here. He thought that Isaac Paul could be on the run, but Rushton Woods gets in there very early and cleans that up. Joseph Nintendo. Did I say Nintendo?
You said Nintendo.
Isn't that a game? Yeah, okay, we'll call him PlayStation. He's on it now. Joseph Nyembo. Well done, Joseph. You've now got a new name. So Hellenic trying to find way through the midfield. That ball skipped past 3 or 4 players. Lovely work from Koge. Lovely work from Tobias. Now finds Raimondo. Raimondo puts Isaac Paul underway. He turns lovely on the right foot. Takes a shot. Good defence from Hellenic there. And it was needed. Really promising play. Jay Adams gets in front of Manoli. Gets his right foot to it, but he only pushed it out of play on the grandstand side. 24 and a half minutes of this match. Hellenic down 1-0 against Port Darwin. Beautiful strike from Arunde Jose to put Port Darwin ahead. And just some nice work from Isaac Paul then. Equally nice work from the defender as well to bring that under control. Really entertaining football from both sides here in the Men's Premier League on a Tuesday night here in Darwin. Just a beautiful night, gorgeous night in the dry season. Noticed a few thousand tourists when I go for my run, mate, this morning. They're all down there trying to feed the fish. Down the Doctor's Gully. Lots of South Australian, West Australian number plates. Oh, there's another go. Who was that? That was Enfridi. Two of their most dangerous players hanging over on the right, on the left-hand flank tonight.
Very similar to the first one.
It was, wasn't it? We're talking about Profiti and Jose. Both of them on the left-hand flank. Really talented players. 14-7 for Port Darwin. Nice work from Nick in goals. Thorodakopoulos.
Port are just oozing with confidence at the moment. They're not afraid to shoot from anywhere. They're not afraid to try and intercept a pass in front of a man, which if you do it wrong and you overcommit, you're very exposed. But look, they're getting to it every time. So it's great football to see from Port.
Totally agree. 25 minutes coming to the end of that. 1-0 scoreline to Port. They're running from left to right on your screens. They're in their traditional claret and blue. And looking to go for their third win in a row tonight. Long way to go in this game. We won't get ahead of them, put the knockers on them, but they do have a 1-0 scoreline. Ball now comes back to Andre Profiti, finds Samson Mashamango, goes into Roberto Sickles, whose first touch eluded him, so therefore Hellenic pull away with the ball. Simon Bell on a very quick turn. Manoli's on the run. Manoli has an opportunity to come back to him. He goes back to Bell. Bell will have a right foot shot. Saw it hit the turf. Outside the box. So in the 26-minute mark, this will be an opportunity for Hellenic, who, as Daniel's mentioned tonight, usually control and boss the midfield. That's where a lot of their positive and affirmative play comes from. But tonight they're finding a real battle in the midfield. There's a couple of new players in there as well for Hellenic tonight. And to Daniel's point also, he's a coach of Mindle, one of the good sides in the football team, in our Men's Premier League. And we're saying he has to manage your squad size and just the load that's going to come to your players over the next 3 or 4 weeks. And one of the great things about our game, Daniel, is that you can play midweek games. You know, it's not like rugby league or AFL where you're going to have the week's rest type thing, you know. It's fantastic, and that's why we have those great midweek competitions like the UEFA Cup or the Asian Champions League or our own FFA Cup. And of course,
I mean, it's just something that I suppose up here in our division, at least in the Premier League, we haven't been exposed to a whole lot. You know, normally your midweek games are sort of the FFA Cup matches. Yep. To have catch-up matches now because of COVID is just something we haven't been exposed to. So it just adds another managerial element, if you will, to how you manage your welfare of your players. I'd say most players wouldn't have played, 3 games in a week since they were much younger.
Yep. We'll see how they go. Set. Rushton Woods on the ball. Warren Barry's talking to his players. Woods move in, number 6. He takes that shot. It's a ripper. It is more than a ripper. It is a successful take. Beautifully taken by Rushton Woods. Wall didn't see it. Players didn't see it. I don't think Dominic saw it until it was in the back of the net. Absolutely sensational shot. Set piece. Bang. Number 6.
Very well placed. I don't think there's much either the wall or the keeper could have done there. That was just
James Rushton Woods makes it a level playing field now. 1-1 on the scoreboard, the Northcrest scoreboard. 2 top shelf goals, both of them. Very different sort of goals, but that was so expertly taken by Rushton Woods. I've seen plenty of those guns go wide. Dominic Price still with his hands on hips. The keeper for Port Darwin, thinking about what could have been. And Roberto Sickles on the ball now. Sorry, Daniel, you going to say so? I
was just going to say, what will Port's response be? They had a lot of confidence in their play leading up to that goal. Will they continue it?
No reason not to. It's only the 29th minute of the first half. So much football ahead in this game. So much football. Right, the yellow card man on the ball now. It's by number 13. Throws it in. Terry Fanning in there early. Good move from him. I'd say Terry would be the most experienced player out there on both sides. And he's been a revelation since he's come into the Premier League. I was talking to his wife, Leanne, and he promised, I didn't even promise, he said he wasn't going to play this year. see what happened with that idea. But she's always here with the kids.
I told my wife I wasn't going to coach this year, but here we are.
That went well too, mate. But I do remember Daisy and Lennox are the beautiful kids for Terry Fannin. So Dominic Price out early with the right foot. Nice assured right footer. Puts it well down and straight at the feet. Lovely touch from Raimondo. Usually, I just put the curse on your Raimondo. That normally would lay at your feet, and it bounced out to Mario Camaro. He's now put it back to Espo. Espo goes to Manoli. Manoli's dispossessed. Ball now stays with Port Darwin. Tackle in from behind. Been picked up. Jose Raimondo will stand up. Raimondo Jose will stand up, sorry.
I was just going to say that long ball, though, Raimondo brought that down with no competition at all on him, which is very interesting to see. Normally, Hellenic's very strong in the air, and they're not afraid to come out and claim those aerial balls. And looking at the last goal kick and the last 2 free kicks, Port Darwin's taking the aerial game to them. They're not trying to build up from the back. They're not trying to play a short ball. They're putting everything in the air towards the box, which I don't think I've seen another team do against Hellenic, so this is very interesting.
That's Daniel McCormick giving us expert insights tonight. We'll see how that develops over the next 15 minutes of this half, and then, of course, whatever time added there is, and then, of course, the second half. And so 15 or 14 minutes left of regulation time in this round 18 match, playing some catch-up midweek fixtures so that we get our full 21 rounds in for the Men's Premier League reserves and the Women's Premier League and reserves. And this is all because of, as I said earlier, the monster COVID-19 and our attempts to get as much football in as we can. And we'll have our grand finals in the second weekend of October on the 10th. And that's about 2 or 3 weeks outside when we normally do it. But we were the first jurisdiction back. Got 7 rounds in, which has been fantastic. And here's an opportunity. What will they do with this? Sickles is on it. He prefers the other side. He's gone forward. He's let that run too far. That's an opportunity. Missed. Absolutely missed.
Very unselfish play there by Raimundo to lay the ball off to Roberto.
And Roberto just got ahead of himself there. His first touch was far too front of his body. Jay Adams now quickly in to retrieve this for Port Darwin. He'll go wide. Throws in. Finds Warren Barry. Number 23, Barry goes to Simon Bell. Back to Barry. Nice little 1-2 from them. They're looking for the run. That would normally be the run. Manoli, number 7, says, sorry, mate. I wasn't on the same wavelength. But nice little interplay between Warren Barry and Simon Bell, who knows each other's football well. Looks like we're going to have a sub. And Jesse Pinto, who's coming on at number 14, normally would be in the midfield. He's going to replace the player that was on the midfield on the yellow card. So Jesse goes out. That gives an indication, I think, of what John Francis is thinking about your comments around the midfield, how there's not enough contest on the ball, both in the air and on the ground against Port Darwin. And
Joseph Niambo is just tucked into left back now where Espa was.
Yep. See how he goes.
See if he can handle this pressure that that Roberto is putting on.
Puts the ball forward. He'll have to get that more accurate next time because Jay Adams cleaned it up. Dominic Price comes in, puts the ball that's as high as the rooftop of the grandstand, if not more, comes down. Jesse Pinto trying to warm up. And Nyembo, who was mentioned earlier, number 3, with that throw-in. In the back comes Sampson. Referee's okay with that. Raimondo Jose turns on the inside. Warren Barry, great defence from him. Went back, found the space. But the ball's still in there. This is dangerous. Sampson's Mashamango on the ball. He can turn in. He does, but he only turns into the defence of Hellenic. And that's played out to Pinto. Pinto on time there. Plays a nice one to Mario Camaro. Back in there. That ball's gone to Manoli. Manoli looks up, but Declan O'Shea gets his right boot in the way, as a good central defender does, and brings that down. Here we see some of the skills of Afridi and Koge on the run. Tobias against Ronald. Those two youngsters are having a battle royale on the left-hand side for Hellenic. For Port Darwin. On the right-hand side for Hellenic, who are running from right to left on your screens. They're in the blue and white traditional strip. And the Claret Blues are Port Darwin, and that's Rondamundo Jose, who's scored a beautiful goal tonight, showing some of his silky skills. And Roberta Sickles comes in and cleans that up. And with desperation, The human engine tries to keep that ball in play, but unsuccessful this time. 34 minutes here, halfway mark. My name is Bruce Stauder. Really happy to bringing you this Men's Premier League match here from Darwin, live streaming across a number of platforms. Hope you're enjoying it. Midweek football, all part of the COVID-19 consequences. And as I said, some people and some teams and some players in the eastern states of Australia will be playing football well and truly through this November and probably early December to fit their seasons in. After a 12-week layoff. And that's for us. It was actually 15, 16 in Victoria. Unfortunately, still aren't back. Right, McAvoy. Lovely ball through. It's offside, though. But you can see what he does in the midfield. Andre Profiti looking for some concession from the AR. That's not going to come. He was well and truly a little advanced than he should have been. Juna on the ball. Substituting for Daniel Bullman, who went off early with an injury. Not the ideal start for Hellenic. So Juno moving the central defence. We'll find out how Daniel Bullman's going. He walked from the field, so hopefully it's not too severe. Jesse Pinto on the ball now. Newcastle Jets. Been brought down by Isaac Paul. Holding his knee. He's had some trouble with that. He did hit the ground in a hard way. Hope he's all right. He's had trouble with that. The way he's holding it and some of the noise coming out of him suggests that it's a little bit worse than we may think. I hope I'm wrong. Alex Barbaros is out there, the trainer.
Five or 6 minutes that Jesse's been on, he's had a lot of ball and a lot of room. He's been key in a few opportunities going forward already, so this is a big loss if he's needing to be subbed here.
If they don't lift him up, it'll be a stretcher for Jesse. This is really, really a sad occasion. Such an influential player, not only in Hellenic, but in the Darwin Premier League for men. Just came on as a substitute. John Francis would want to be using him very effectively in terms of giving him time when he needed it and not time when he didn't need it. And tonight he was going to give him a rest, but he brought him on. And unfortunately now he seems like he's injured, and it's not a good injury. He's holding that right knee.
Very unfortunate for John Francis to potentially have lost two key players here, getting into a very intense period of football. Let's hope they're both able to play the next game.
Indeed. They're still working on him. They're still hoping they can get him up and not use the stretcher. But I don't think that's going to be the case. We'll wait and see. Okay, we'll take this opportunity to thank Northcrest, our sponsors. They're going to lift him up now, and hopefully he can make his way from the field under his own weight. But he's very ginger on that right leg. And hopefully it's not as bad. He's now lifting it up, shaking it. They will go off and do some work on him. I don't think they'll sub him straight away. I could be wrong. We'll just see. Jesse Pinto just left the pitch. Number 14, really influential player. And time with the Newcastle Jets in the A-League. In the Defence Force is Jesse. And deployed now in Darwin, was away for a little time with his other deployments south of here. Right, 38th minute mark of regulation time. There will be some time added on now after a couple of injuries in this first half of a round 18 match catch-up in the COVID-19 schedule and draw. So at this stage, no sub for Jesse. So it'll be 10 or 9 outfield players against 10. Rushton Woods, who took a really effective set piece before and got them back on even keel with a lovely right foot shot, now on the ball, number 6. James Rushton Woods moves in to get this game underway. He takes it, puts it into that danger area. This time Tobias Koge's there. Raimundo moves out, but Jose is stripped of the ball. Roberta Sickles goes back. Nice work from Jay Adams. And Declan O'Shea cleans it up. Looks for their very dynamic Isaac Paul, number 10 for Port Darwin. This time, Juno is there early and cleans that up. Raimondo tips over the top. Isaac Paul. Turner. Paul comes off in Freedy. And Profiti pushes it. The keeper collects quite easily and passes it back to Juno. Juno goes across field. Hellenic playing out from the back. Ball's long and through. Trying to find Manoli. Goes past Manoli and out over the goal line. On the Northcrest scoreboard side of Larrakia Park. And we're playing football on Larrakia Nation. So thank you to the elders, past, present, and those elders emerging for the Larrakia Nation for permission to play the game here at Larrakia Park. We're into the last 5 minutes of regulation time. Really dangerous time for both teams, Daniel. Dangerous for every team that, for some reason, in the last 5 minutes of each half, there's always something happening. I wonder why.
Especially
it's a rhetorical one.
Especially at a 1-1 scoreline, you'd both teams be hoping to get a lead heading into the change rooms at half time, or not really the change rooms, the open air.
Yeah, the open air change rooms. But yeah, you're exactly right. They'd be looking for that advantage. Mario Camiro on the ball goes back to Juno. Juno will go back to the keeper. He does that. And Nick goes back to Juno. Nice, calmly played out by them. He looks up, goes for a longer ball, hits the hand of Sampson. So we'll come back. And the ball will go back. Lots of talk, as you said.
Coming on here, so
there is.
Jesse Pinto's night is over.
That's disappointing for him and Dan Bullman. Just as I said, two really influential players, both gone down for injuries tonight. But it's a game of football. You've got to manage your squad and you've got to manage injuries. Every club's going to have that effect. But it's really disappointing to see, let alone one, but two on this midweek game here at Larrakia Park, Darwin Football Stadium on the main pitch. Nice work from Rushton Woods. Gets this ball away from the dangerous Profiti, number 14 for Port Darwin.
Number 5, Harry Charles, coming on for Hellenic.
Looks like Harry's coming on for Jesse Pinto. And there's going to be another sub, so one of the other youngsters who's had his first 42 minutes of Premier League starting time. I think that's Roland Tionan. So Roland comes off, number 2, and he's been replaced by a very famous name and player for this club, Sulav Muskie, number 10, who's had a little bit of a rest. Normally would start the game, of course.
That's 3 substitutions for Hellenic in the first 40 or so minutes of the game, so it'll be interesting to see how they manage the second half.
Yeah, good point. I think 2 of them, we'd have to say was not intended with the injuries, though he did bring Jesse on for a play that was fit. Samson Mango, high ball, comes back, high kick. So we'll start with Warren Barry. Goes back to Juno. Juno goes back to Barry. Barry's got time. Goes across field. Turner on the ball now. He finds Rushton Woods. Woods goes back to him. Again, patience from Hellenic. Just finding their way through this. That's a lovely ball if it finds Joseph. It does. Nyembo comes on the inside, goes across to Simon Bell. Bell has that ball. He looks up and finds Manoli. Manoli take a shot from there, and he does. Just skims past the goal, skims past both the keeper and Dominic Price, and about maybe half a metre away from the right-hand post. Some good force behind that one. With his right foot just turned on a nickel, on a dime, on a 2 cent, 1 cent, 5 cent piece, whatever it may be. He turned on it and put a nice little right foot all on the ground. So it was difficult. And those ones are always, because they come through bodies of players too sometimes, Daniel, and for the keeper it's the last thing you need. But
it is, and he's gone across the keeper, so he's looking for that far post, but he just hasn't quite got that angle. But again, to what I was saying before, look at Port Darwin here. They're not setting up for a short goal kick. They don't want it short. They're encouraging the keeper to play a long ball.
Yep.
Which is interesting, especially looking at the height advantage that a lot of the Hellenic players have over the Port players here.
Yep. But you would have to say it's working at the moment, being a 1-1 scoreline, and it took a really effective shot from James Rushton Woods to get him back on even keel with the Port Darwin side, and McAvoy wins that header. Lovely work from Raimondo Jose, unleashes Isaac Paul, and Isaac Paul is dispossessed by Turner. Turner now goes to Woods. Woods will go up to Mario Camiro, and 3 passes and they're out of danger. 4 passes, now 5 to Barry. Nice play from Hellenic. Sulav on the ball, first touch from him since he's subbed on. Sulav Muskie, we're talking about number 10. He scurries up the midfield trying to make an advantage play for Hellenic. He's still on the run. This ball goes across to him. It pulled out by Fannin, and Terry Fannin clears that. Where Samson Mashamango's on it. He pushes across to Profiti. Profiti pushes it back onto Samson. Samson rolls on. What will he do? Tries to take him on, turns inside, but unsuccessful. The defender wins that ball, goes to Barry. And in 23, the captain of Hellenic is trying to find Simon Bell, but Declan O'Shea gets there first. Koge puts it back into Raimondo Jose. The scorer of a spectacular goal in the first half. Absolute beautiful goal to get this game underway on the scoreboard at least. We're into regulation time over now. We're into time added. That's the ball that's gone through. Declan O'Shea on it. Beats Simon Bell. Comes forward. Puts the ball through. Goes over Juna and over Raimondo and is offside. Ball will come back. I think we'll probably have at least 2 minutes of time added on. Juna gets to restart the game. Number 24, he's a sub himself. Gone for Dan Bullman, who walked from the field with an injury. On the ball again. Let's see if they can steal something in the final minutes of this time added on. Jay Adams on the run, goes there and gets there early, puts a right footer across into the grandstand side and over the sideline. Restart from Nyembo. Sulav Muskie looks up, puts a ball across. It's dangerous. Dominic Price gets there and just in time with his fist. Ball still back in. It's still dangerous. Simon Bell on it. Goes to Fannin. Fannin back to Bell. Still got the dangerous ball at his feet. He's looking for Sulav Muskie. But nice work from the defender in Declan O'Shea. And that one won't be successful. Mario Camiro and Jose know each other over many years in football. Come away. Exchanging phone numbers. So, Dominic Price on the ball now. Looks up. He wants to get this underway. He knows there's only a few seconds maybe reminding of time added on. He's trying to get something to happen. He put that forward, but unfortunately didn't find the target he wanted to. He found a Hellenic player in Juna. Juna back to Muskie. Muskie goes to Nyembo. That's nice work. Now Harry Charles, a sub on there. Harry's subbed for Jesse Pinto, who himself was a sub. So Hellenic going deep into their squad tonight. 1-0 scoreline. Hellenic are running from right to left on your screen up against Port Darwin in their claret and blue, and they've been certainly taking it to Hellenic tonight and successfully taking it to them. Been really promising work from them, as they've been showing over the last 5 or 6 weeks. It's just coming together more and more. Watch out for Simon Bell. He will be dangerous. This is an opportunity for Manoli. He kicks the skin off the ball, goes well and truly over the goal and almost over the back fence onto McMillan's Road, but will bounce back where Dominic Price will collect the ball. So we're into a little bit over 2 minutes now of time added, so I don't know what he's going to go to, maybe 3. There was a long delay around the Jesse Pinto injury. Dominic Price comes in with a right foot, shuffles across it, 3 steps back and bang. There's some nice work. This is dangerous. He's on ball and he's onside. Will he put it past him? Dominic Price gets there. Another chance, not a second chance. A second chance is an absolute given chance, and Simon Bell just takes it.
Dominic Price isn't happy with himself there. He knows he probably could have done better clearing that ball out of the danger zone.
It comes back to the really quick restart here. And we said it's a dangerous part of this last 5 minutes and into time out and on. Hellenic have taken that opportunity. Simon Bell, who's a master of following through on his first shot, did that. And was there for the second and rebound and took it well.
I think the assist there will go to Sulav Muskie as well.
It wasn't it lovely? Yeah. Those guys know each other, played together for a long time, and you saw the result of that. Let's just see if Port Darwin can squeeze something, and the referee looks at his watch. I don't think they'll have a chance. Right, they'll go in at half-time, 2-1 down. And effectively, they're all talking to each other how that happened. McAvoy talking to Declan. They'll go off and meet with their coach and pick that one apart and see what they can do better in the second half. Hellenic also goes to John Francis. We'll see. My name is Bruce Stalder. Daniel McCormick is giving us some insights. We'll come back after a short break and talk about what we see is going to be the next 45 minutes of regulation time, what the coaches may or may not be saying to their teams, and in the end, how these two teams are managing this midweek clash, where at the moment, Hellenic 2 have a slender margin over Port Darwin, and that goal was scored by Raimundo Jose. And if you get to see it, enjoy it. It was a classic. We'll take a short break. We'll be back shortly. So that was a lovely pass from McAvoy. Mungo on the post.
Oh.
It is an absolute stunner.
What a stunner.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Raimundo Jose, you have set Rushton Woods on the ball. Warren Barry's talking to his players. Woods move in, number 6. He takes that shot. It's a ripper. It is more than a ripper. It is a successful take. Beautifully taken by Rushton Woods. 3 steps back and bang. There's some nice work. This is dangerous. He's on ball and he's onside. Will he put it past him? Dominic Price gets there. Another chance. Not a second chance. A second chance is an absolute given chance. And Simon Bell just takes it.
Dominic Price.
Get his number. Wasn't Andre. Oh, it was Andre Profiti, actually, because that's now forward. Put that lovely cross in to get this underway. Barry's on the ball, chest down. Turns a nice little right footer into Simon Bell. Simon Bell takes a low right foot shot. Plenty of 4 players. Lovely work from Koge. Lovely work from Tobias. Now finds Raimundo. Raimundo puts Isaac Paul underway. He turns lovely on the right foot. Takes a shot. Good defence. Down the Doctor's Gully. Lots of South Australian, West Australian number plates. Oh, there's another go. It was away with the ball. Simon Bell on a very quick turn. Manoli's on the run. Manoli has an opportunity to come back to him. He go back to Bell. Bell will have a right foot shot. Saw it hit the turf. Outside when we normally do it. But we were the first jurisdiction back. Got 7 rounds in, which has been fantastic. And here's an opportunity. What will they do with this? Sickles is on it. He prefers the other side. He's gone forward. He's let that run too far. That's an opportunity. Missed. Absolutely missed.
Very unselfish play there by
Bell has that ball. He looks up and finds Manoli. Manoli take a shot from there, and he does. Just skims. Restart from Nyembo. Silav Muskie looks up, puts a ball across. It's dangerous. Dominic Price gets there, and really promising work from them. As they've been showing over the last 5 or 6 weeks, it's just coming together more and more. Watch out for Simon Bell. He will be dangerous. This is an opportunity for Manoli. He kicks the skin off the ball, goes well and truly over the goal. Welcome. Darwin Football Stadium, Larry Kerr Park on a Tuesday night. Football's every night of the week here in Darwin. It's so good to be here. And sometimes during the week, just on a casual Tuesday, you see two absolutely spectacular goals. I've got Daniel McCormick with me. Daniel, they were fantastic goals. The first one from Armando Jose, just top class. And then we found a different sort of goal, but so well taken by James Ruston Woods. And then we saw a third one there with the old sneak himself, Simon Bell, getting in there and taking the second rebound shot.
He had to. He just can't stay off the scorecard, can he?
No, he's on that, and he's well ahead of it now. He would probably be the leader now, I'd say.
I think he's got 2 goals ahead of the chaser, who I think is Mark Casemiro.
That's right.
The chaser, so.
Yep. So, Daniel, if you're the coach for Port Darwin, you would have been disappointed to go down 1-0. To go down 2-1 at half-time, to get that late goal, What's his advice to his players at this second half?
Whatever he said to them pre-game, because the way they came out, the first 20-30 minutes were outstanding. There was a few forced substitutions, so I'd say they have the upper hand in the second half here. If they can really continue to run all over Hellenic, Hellenic doesn't have many options on the bench now to bring on. They've brought on their experienced players. They've already lost an experienced player in bringing on Jesse Pinto and taking him off, and likewise with Dan Bullman. So Sulab Maski has made an impact since coming on, but Port have to go out there the same way they started this game, with that intensity and that confidence that they were oozing.
And so, given that's the commands from the coach Moses to his people in there, see how they go. What about Hellenic?
I think Hellenic just have to play the game on their terms. They've got to get control of the midfield again. We saw them start to take control again once Jesse had come on and now off, and now Sulab's on again, and they've just got to look to find those simple passes in behind. I mean, Simon Bell, as we saw, there was nothing special about that third goal. It was a well-placed pass. He ran onto it, had a shot, and forced a goal there. That's as easy as the goal has to be. It doesn't have to be a top draw, as much as we love seeing them. Simple goals work just the same. Yeah, and that did 2-1 on the scoreline. So Hellenic ahead at this time. We're going to go to the second half shortly. My name is Bruce Stalder. This is Daniel McCormick. We're so happy to bring you a midweek football. It's round 8-19. Catch-up football because of COVID-19. So wherever you're watching on whatever screens, thank you for your support. We'll be back shortly and get this second half underway. They're bringing in the games. The last game I commentated as well. The distribution, the calmness on the pass.
So that was a lovely pass to McAvoy. Mungo on the post.
Oh.
It is a absolute stunner.
What a stunner.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Ramondo Jose, you have... get his number. Wasn't Andre. Oh, it was Andre Profiti, actually, because that's now forward. Put that lovely cross in to get this underway. Barry's on the ball, chest down. Turns a nice little right footer into Simon Bell. Simon Bell takes a low right foot shot. Plenty of 4 players. Lovely work from Koge. Lovely work from Tobias. Now finds Ramondo. Ramondo puts Isaac Paul underway. Turns lovely on the right foot. We've got him down to 500 a game. Still can't find him, really. I'm trying to get a sponsor. If I can get this guy across the road. Because Simon's not even doing Fox, mate. Yeah, because he left. He's doing radio broadcast now, isn't he? But he's... Yeah, but he's just... Exactly. A lot of people on the Socceroos Facebook, so we're going to put the games on, mute the game, and have Simon... Of course, as you would. But he's just... Good, mate. Okay. We're ready when you are, bud. Thank you. Where are you going, Roberto? There you go. We said absolutely. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get this second half underway. Ryan, the centre referee, raises his left arm, and the whistle's underway. And the guy that gave us one of the spectacular moments from the first half, Ramondo Jose on the ball early with the other special player from Port Darwin. There's a few of them, really. But the other one is there, Profiti, Andre, number 14. Anyhow, he lost the ball. It's come out to Hellenic, Ruston Woods. One of the goal scorers for Hellenic on the ball there now, and he passes it to the other goal scorer in Simon Bell. Sulab Muskie looks up. He put a short ball across to Ruston Woods, back to Bell. Nice work from Ramondo Jose. Picked that up. He was just waiting for the loose ball, and he just pounced. Now moves into the box at pace, turns in, shows us a few of his skills, and he skills himself, which he can do. Yeah, the magician's trick. He disappeared himself.
Had a magician take on a magician there. It's normally Sulab Maski that pinches the ball from someone in that fashion.
You're right there. There were 2 magicians. That's so well put. Anyhow, we're out of that. Now we're back down to Koge, the young Tobias. Turns it inside, keeps his strength. Well played, young fella. Goes to Samson. Massamango. Massamango puts it across to Declan. Declan goes to O'Shea, that is. Goes right across to Profiti, who goes back to Jay Adams. Jay Adams just puts a casual ball to him. Now it goes back to Fannin. And Fanning unfortunately finds Barry. Will this be dangerous for them? Barry now for Hellenic on the ball. Manoli looks up. Gets a call from Harry Charles. But that really tightens up quickly. And off the ball. He moves forward. Roberto Sickles. And Sickles finds Ramondo Jose. Jose puts a lovely curling ball in, but only as far as Turner, who anticipates well and puts it back across goal and towards the midfield where Sulav Muskie picks up the pass. And he goes again to Joseph Nyembo's now in the left back position for Hellenic. We're in the 47th minute of this midweek clash on a Tuesday night at Darwin Football Stadium, Larrakia Park.
Russian Woods has just peeled off here in a wide position.
Well spotted, Daniel. He puts in a loose pass. He thinks Simon Bell's going to run from there in 30 minutes. Sorry, almost 40 metres in 3 seconds. Not even Simon can do that. Right, Sampson looks up, trying to find a trailing pass through to Isaac Paul, but unsuccessful. 2-0 is the scoreline for Hellenic over Port Darwin. Port Darwin are running from right to left on your screens in this second half. They're in the claret and blue of Port Darwin. The Wharfies. And that ball is shadowed out by Jay Adams. Well played from the right back for Port Darwin. So Joseph Nambo has gone right forward there to take this. He'll leave it now for Sulav Muskie. Muskie will try and throw in with one looping pass onto the head of Hill. Hill will try and Bell, and Bell will try and put it through as well. He misses him totally, as does the ball being missed totally by Sampson, but not McAvoy. He cleans it up for Port Darwin. Rushton Woods goes back. Nice vision from him. Finds Juna. Juna goes back to Turner. He advances, looking for someone to give him an opportunity to. Goes to Big Bell. Bell turns around and finds Woods, who's made a few of those forays down the right flank. Puts a lovely ball in, but Dominic Price to it. Catches a little bit of a juggle at the first bit, but cleaned it up quite easily and effectively for Port Darwin. Ball comes away. Ramondo Jose shows us all the skills before Mario Camiro comes off his feet. Jose goes in front of him, looks for the ball, doesn't get it. Justin Woods played on the ball. Spectators don't like that. But players have moved on. And it's on the Northcrest scoreboard side. Referee's coming back. Heard something he didn't like. Yeah, yellow card to Lee Addison, the coach for Port Darwin.
Did receive an earlier warning there from Albert. I did say. Yeah,
he did earlier. So there's been plenty of warning. But players and coaches all over the world just remind me of, you say to a kid, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, and then they do it. And it's usually around the hot stove. You just burnt yourself.
He just put his hands on the glass, didn't he?
He did. Anyhow, it's coming up to the 50-minute mark. It's a 2-1 scoreline advantage to Hellenic. They don't have the ball at the moment. That's the blue and claret of Port Darwin on it. Samson Masramango finds Roberto. Roberto scurries and skips through there. Nice work from him. He'll continue this run. Someone needs to help him out. He doesn't like that. Frustrated with himself more than anything. And Harry Charles goes back. Referee wants it played where he wants it played, which is back where he was standing.
Just watch Sulav Muskie start sort of at a right back position, drift into the midfield. Now he's found himself out on the left wing, so we'll see if he stays out there or if he's been given a free roaming role here where he can do what he wants.
Yeah, it looks like that, and will be dangerous wherever he ends up at any time. So you have to keep a watch on him. Number 10 for Hellenic, Sulav Muskie. Daniel McCormick giving his expert insights here in this match. Has noticed that Sulav is moving around the pitch, starting in the back four and then in the midfield, now over on the left flank, now back in the midfield. Harry Charles comes in and nice work from Koge. Tobias, the young fellow, will get the ball back. throws in, finds McAvoy, his captain. Captain turns in. Raimundo Jose, on the ball. Nice work from Jose. And Roberto puts his hand up in the direction of Profiti where the ball was intended, but it collided with the back and boot of Harry Chiles. So it'll be throw in for Port Darwin. They take that. Moves across field, does Jose. Jose goes to Fannin. Nice little first and second touch from Fannin. Plays across to Jay Adams, back to Fannin. Fannon's going to have to push it along over the top of Nyembo, and he does that. But Juno's there to clean up with a head. Nice work from Profiti with his back heel, but only as far as the sideline. It's the Northcrest scoreboard sideline. And thank you to NTF Construction Supply Specialists for their support. Also Steel Line, whether it's a shed, a fence or a roof, always service over and above from Steel Line. Also want to thank Hyundai for their great support of football and the local game as well. And Rebel for their work. And Sampson in there, not happy with that tackle, but should have a look in the mirror. He's not as tall or as big as Warren Barry, and better to just play the game of football. Barry walks away. Referee's now talking to Sampson. And we'll get this game restarted in the 52nd minute mark. We're in COVID-19 stage 3, the roadmap to the new normal. We've opened up the borders now, so we've had a flock of not seagulls, but tourists from South Australia, Western Australia, Queensland. See number plates everywhere. Of course, those from Victoria would have had to leave well and truly before to get in, as they're not allowed to come in, as people who live in Sydney aren't allowed to come in. If you do, you then got to quarantine out at Howard Springs. And it's going to cost you $2,500. Right, Tobias in the centre. Koge goes across to Roberto. Roberto looks up. Number 9 goes to his left foot. He puts a pass that McAvoy anticipates and gets to early. A couple of defenders around him. Declan O'Shea comes forward with that left knee heavily strapped. That's lovely work from McAvoy. Will they get there? He does. Sickles goes straight to goal. And nice work from Rushton Woods. 2 experienced players there. This time Rushton Woods comes off the best. And Manoli gets the ball fed to him, but Declan O'Shea reads it, goes to the grand side and pushes it out. And that actually, I thought, came off Hellenic, but didn't. So Hellenic have a restart. Goes back to Rushton Woods. Score of the first goal for Hellenic tonight. So we'll have Muskie in there barking instructions to his player, but only as far as the sideline. And Tobias Koge on the ball. Who's he going to go to? He has options. Roberto says, wait on. Experience tells the youth. Now it goes to Jose. Jose goes back to McAvoy. McAvoy looks up. Where's he going to go with this? He's getting really good pressure there from both Sulav and Manoli for Hellenic, working well in tandem in defence. What are you seeing so far, Daniel, in this first, coming up to 10-minute mark of this first section of the second half?
I'd say Port Darwin's had majority of the possession here, but they're not as high up the pitch as they were the first half, the first 10 minutes or so. Roberto's starting to look a little bit tired. You can see his teammates getting frustrated at his movements coming towards him instead of away. Just had the captain, Rory McEvoy, looking for a ball over the top, but Roberto was unfortunately coming towards him. So.
And then as neutrals, Daniel too, and not knowing what the coach said, it's either the players moving away from the game plan, or there's been a change in that plan. And we'll see what happens in the rest of the second half. 55 minutes and about 20 seconds we have. Round 19 match featuring Hellenic, table toppers at the moment, and a 2-1 scoreline advantage over Port Darwin. There in the claret and blue, running from left to right on your screens. Thank you for your support of this live streaming, going across a variety of networks. Thank you to Perform for taking it to the world as part of our live streaming broadcasting deal with them. Trying to thread that through, but only as far as Jay Adams gets down early. Good work from the right back. Ball comes again their way. This time Barry's alone and finds that. He's the captain of Hellenic, 23. He turns, looking for someone to go to better, but Roberto's there early and just picks that pocket of the Hellenic player, Bell. That's a lovely ball gone through. Isaac Paul came from behind the defender, but the ball was picked up well and easily by Nicholas, the keeper. for Hellenic. Right, quick restart from Roberto, the Port Darwin player, and he's got an advantage for his team at the moment. Isaac Paul on the ball. Goes back to Jose. Jose's looking to either have a shot or a turn. He looks across and goes over. That's a beautifully placed to Profiti. And Andre's dangerous wherever the ball lands. This time he'll turn on the inside. He's got both left and right on him. It skips away from him, unfortunately, but he's still in the mix. And only falls as far as Raimondo. Raimondo's looking, and Jose and Freddie just not on the same wavelength then. That was interesting. Declan O'Shea gets there early. Ever reliable. Bush Ranger, well done, mate. Gets him back under play. Kogai finding Paul. Paul skips over, looks up, puts a right footer in. It's going to skip across. Had a nice little curl on that and curve. But about a metre from the left-hand upright. And we'll run through. And the keeper, Nick, had that under control, I'd say. Daniel?
He did. That's high and wide there, but he knew what he wanted to do, Isaac, and I think it was recreate the first goal that we saw tonight. Similar sort of angle. But the game is very, very open at the moment. It's sort of gameplay you'd see towards maybe the last 10 minutes of the game where everyone's starting to get a bit exhausted.
Okay,
but it's happening very early now, but that's what an intense game will do. This game's been very back and forth.
So it's now opening up. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel McCormick giving expert insights during both halves here of this round 19 match of the Men's Premier League here in Darwin. And we're playing COVID-19 midweek football because we're trying to get our full complement of rounds in. And we've been very fortunate to be able to do that, given that we were 7 weeks ahead of a lot of other parts of Australia. And in poor old Victoria, we're still more than that. They're yet to return to their Premier League football. Offside, so the ball will go back to Hellenic. Isaac, a little over-enthusiastic. He returns the ball like a good community player. Puts it back to Juna. Juna goes back to Mario Camero. And he will now come back. And the Hellenic are playing it out from the back with patience. Bell's on the ball, goes to Childs. Childs looks up, finds again Rushton Woods. Barry has been working the midfield all night. This time gets clamped down by 2 defenders from Port. And the ball remains with the Blue and Whites. They're running from left to right on your screen. They'll have a throw in here to restart it. They have a 1-0 advantage. Goal advantage on the scoreboard. 2-1 it is. This is dangerous if Isaac Paul can pick it up. He does, but him against... And he does pick it up and unfortunately got the ball, and Joseph Nyembo just stole it back. Profiti on the ball. Looks for Mashamango. Mashamango has Barry in his back. He's narrowing the angles there, narrowing the space, but well played. Profiti gets out of that so well. Early ball from Roberto. Puts it over the top. He's looking for a Kage on the run. But that's cleared up by Hellenic. Looks like there might be a sub coming. That was a heavy tackle on his own player first. So Roberto will get a yellow card. He knows that. But he was equally hard on his own player in Samson Mashamango. So in the 59th minute, coming up to the end of that 59th minute, we have a yellow card for Roberto Sickles. Sickles, I'm going to go with. And Roberto's just an engine. Well known in Darwin football. Played for a number of clubs. Wholehearted player. Having a chat to Mario, having a smile, a wry smile. They know each other well. He knows everybody in the game here, does Roberto. Anyhow, Rushton Woods on the ball. 60 minutes now past of regulation time. 2-1 is the Hellenic's advantage over Port Darwin. And they're running from left to right on your screen. This player on the ball now scored a fabulous goal in the first half. He's now got to get his team underway and into the danger area. He puts the ball that's long and offside. Raises his right hand to say sorry. And it goes into the arms and safe arms and hands of Dominic Price. Dominic was going to throw that, but decides, no, I'll kick it. He does that. Brings down a couple of clouds and 3 birds. Got it that high. And now goes out off Profiti and over the sideline on the Northcrest scoreboard side. So we'll have a throw in. Restart from Joseph Nyembo, number 3, who was termed earlier Nintendo by me. Sorry, Joseph.
And we did just see Munya Ruparanganda
coming on
pitch as well. He has come on.
Oh,
Number 11
cool.
has
Thank
come
you.
on.
Well
I think number
spotted.
7, Manolis Gialouris has left the pitch. So
Yep.
the experienced Munya is now on. And that's Hellenic's 4th substitute.
Yeah, he's a really urgent player, isn't he, Munya? Plays with real dynamic flash and style. And we'll see what he does in this 29 minutes or so of the second half. All right, some calm play from Mario Camiro there to get him out of danger. But the ball's been dispossessed. Munya's gone down, looking up for some help from the referee. It won't come. Jose puts the ball across, finds his dangerous partner in Profiti, but Profiti is dispossessed. Now Sulov Muskie on the run, number 10, scurrying across the pitch, still on the ball. He looks up, finds a right footer that he's going to put across to Rushton Woods, who's coming forward a lot in this game, especially in the second half, but that's a pass that's going to put him in danger. He's going to have to get back. Roberto, who just does recovery now on the run again, he's looking for someone to go to. It's really awkward. He's run into 2 players and no one really presented. That is frustrating.
That's the second time there in, I suppose, about a minute now that I sort of made a run to the left-hand side of the player. We probably could be making space for the player to run into the channel.
Yeah, just a young player, I guess, Daniel, learning the trade.
He's got the speed. He just needs to make the right decision as to where to go. He sort of cut off the player's angle there instead of peeling away.
And Roberto really had nowhere to go with that ball, just into trouble, really, and that's what happened. Okay, we're down the other end now with Dominic Price, puts his right footed to it. It's going to find Barry's chest. Nice work from him, lovely touch. Finds Harry Charles. Charles turns to the right, which is not the best way to go because that's full of claret and blue players. But he clears it out. And then Embo, then Juna on the ball. Rushton Woods will go to the centre. He's looking for someone to go to and he finds Barry. Too much time for Barry, but loose pass from him. Koge on it now. Tobias looks up and goes, yeah, I know what he was trying to do off the inside of his, outside of his left foot, but it didn't work. Great work from Fannin. Desperate stuff and effective. Well done to Terry. Ball goes now through to Samson Mashamango. He and Juna come together. Juna goes down, but it's to... Hope he's okay. It looks like he's hit the ground pretty heavily. He's lost a boot, or someone's lost a boot. So Mashamango's running over Samson. He looks like he's lost his boot.
More than lost it. I think he's split it in half.
He's
calling to the bench for someone to have a spare pair of boots that are the same size as his.
Yeah, you're right, mate. He has. As I say, John Dean's taken his off, handed it to him. Skip back.
He doesn't just want one, he wants both.
He wants both. So John Dean's going to lose both boots. So Samson Mashamango's had a blowout of his tyres, one of them completely. So he's changing. And John Dean was trying to negotiate that without getting his socks soaking wet because we put some water on the pitch beforehand. And that's not going to happen now. So still putting his boots on. Here's young Samson. While he's doing that, play's still continuing, and it's fairly insipid play at the moment. It's just sort of coming back and forth on the other side. Now we've got some more assertive play from her. That's a lovely shot. He meant that too. And who is it? Yes, Raimondo Jose. Every chance that he could put that into the very finite corner on the right side. That's was his attempt. It's gone over the goals and out of bounds over the goal line and will be collected by Nicholas, the keeper for Hellenic. And Theodoropoulos has had, as much work, I guess, as Price. That's been pretty even for the goalkeepers.
You can see the difference in tactic there. Hellenic there are playing out short, building up from the back.
Yep.
Port Darwin's doing the opposite.
McAvoy early intervention off a Fanning release. This ball's going to go wide. Koge gets there. Goes back into Samson. Samson with his new boots on. Shows that they fit well. Nice work from him. Roberto looks across and I'm going to go far wide, and he does to Jay Adams. Adams has time and space. He goes to number 14. And Freedy goes forward to Jose Raimondo. Back to Profiti. Dangerous players, both those two. Profiti on the ball, looks for the run. The run's from Sickles. He's just offside, unfortunately. And Roberto wants to have a word. He realises now he didn't get a goal. So he comes back. So here we go. So Justin Woods on the ball here on the grandstand side, moves forward. He's got an opportunity. He puts a right footer. It's a speculator trying to find the head of Bell, but finds the head of Fannin. And Fannin clears it away. And Declan O'Shea shepherds it back to Dominic Price, the keeper. Dominic was going to throw that one out, but he's now decided to put it on the right boot and does so. Nice distance on that. It's going to go over the back of Niembo. Niembo then, with allowing that ball to bounce, has now put both the dangerous Jose and Profiti near the ball. So Jose, Raimondo Jose that is, will now be setting up for the corner. Declan O'Shea's moving forward as Jay Adams to give him some height. McAvoy will hang around there in a dangerous position as usual. And Samson Mashamango just further away. The ball comes in. It's got curl and it's going to bend in there. Who's on it? Turner gets there first for Hellenic. Ball comes out. Mashamango plays it back. And Niembo gets there before it reaches Jose. But to the advantage of Port Darwin. So on the Northcrest scoreboard side of Larrakia Park here at Darwin Football Stadium, Port Darwin are 1 goal behind. They're trying to get that back and make it a 2-2 scoreline. They have to go back and throw it in from where the referee wanted him to do that. He does that. That's Profiti to Jose. Jose puts the ball over. He's looking for young Isaac Paul. Goes over his head. Isaac will scurry back and collect this. He does. Goes back to Koge. Koge was taken from behind by Munya, but gets the ball back. So it goes from Samson Mashamango to, and Freddie takes a shot. It's going to be a rebound or a ricochet, but didn't get a lot of Warren Barry. So just basically one bounce and harmlessly into the hands of Nicholas, the keeper. He kicks it out and only finds Jamie Adam. Now it's another chance for Port Darwin. They're having a couple of goes here, Daniel, and they're going to see what they do this time. Raimondo's looking for someone to run for him. He dips it over. Isaac Paul, they're going to try and get this organised. A few comments towards each 4 of them on the front there. Declan O'Shea goes back. Fanning also works with him. Well done to Fannin. Right, again, plenty of ball in the midfield for Port Darwin at the moment, Dan.
It is. It's a very, very open game, and there's a lot of space there.
Yeah,
and
to your point, that's all right. They're learning. That's all right. Roberto and McAvoy have been probably their 4th game together, so they're learning each other's style of play, as are a lot of players, in the Port Darwin setup. New players featuring in this game here, as they have since the return of COVID, and they just get better and better every week. They're down on the scoreboard at the moment, 2-1, and the 70-minute mark's going to come up shortly. But Raimondo's Jose's been everywhere. And stylish player. Number 7 for Port Darwin. Look out for him. Right, if you just joined us, this is a round 19 match. It's COVID-19 draw time. We have to catch up a few rounds so that we get all our complement in this year after an extraordinary time in Australia and around the world with this COVID-19 pandemic. And as I said, some other jurisdictions of Australia will be playing football right up in almost up to Christmas in December. Right. Dominic Price on the ball. Puts his right foot to it, now picks it up. Does a bit of line dancing. Now walks forward. Puts his right foot to it. It's a good kick from him. Bounces down. And lovely touch from Profiti. Bring that ball down. Isaac Paul's got it. He goes short to McAvoy. McAvoy sees good vision for him. Goes across to Raimondo, and Jose looks across and finds Profiti. Profiti's onside, turns the ball inside back to Raimondo. Raimondo turns in, he'll have a right foot shot here. Yes, he will, and he does. Oh, that's an opportunity gone missing there. But just lovely work in the lead up to him. The way he just got rid of those 2 defenders, Daniel, wasn't the best shot of his, but just the way he moves the ball and caresses it, beautiful.
That was great build-up. There was 8 to 10 passes there, well strung by Port Darwin. They were quick passes, a lot of it being one touch, a couple of good turns, and they're in the box running in towards that front post. So he'd be kicking himself if he didn't get it on target there, but great build-up.
Yeah, we're coming up to the 71st minute mark of this match. And if you just joined us, Hellenic in the blue and white running from left to right on your screen have a 2-1 scoreline advantage over Port Darwin. And the Wharfies trying desperately to get one back and had a real opportunity then with Raimondo Jose. And he's on the ball again. He puts a lovely cross. No look pass to Roberto Sickles. Sickles puts one across only as far as the defender. But this will be a corner kick. No, it's a throw. No, a corner kick. It's a short one taken early. But Hellenic are alert to it. Goes over the touchline, sideline, where it'll be collected by Koge. Tobias, the young fella, puts it through, trying to find Sampson. And only finds Munya. Munya for Hellenic, number 11. The substitute came on the second half. He's also coming back from injury. That ball's been thrown in by Sickles. It finds it. It's there. It's there. Isaac Paul onto that. That's Roberto Sickles' play. Beautiful work from him. Really well taken. Short, quick. Caught everyone off guard. But not Isaac Paul. He was ready and waiting. And he just did that with such aplomb to put that past the keeper. That could have gone anywhere. Lovely goal.
Hellenic will not be happy with that. I mean, to allow a ball to roll across the face of the 6-yard box there like that is for defence. I know that the coach will not be happy. John Francis, I saw him turn immediately in frustration towards his bench. So he won't be happy with that one. Yeah,
and they're a really proud defending group too. They're pretty good at making sure that doesn't happen. On this occasion they didn't, but I want to give credit to Roberto. Roberto's just been pushing and pushing and pushing, and that time he got to that ball before it went over the goal line, got a cross in, and at the end of it was young Isaac Paul, number 10 for Port Darwin. So we have a 2-2 scoreline. The Wharfies have got that goal back. Now the advantage for them is to try and get another and win this game, as of course Hellenic will try as well. And to your point, Daniel, it's been an open second half. It's come early, the open style of play and the open. And when we say open, there just seems to be space and time for everybody when they're on the ball, particularly in the midfield. Both teams.
I was thinking it's come early, but I've just looked up and it's the 73rd minute, so we actually don't have a whole lot of the game to go. We've got 17 minutes left here. There's been no injuries so far, so it's not much added time at this point. But I want it to keep going. I want there to be another hour of this. Yeah,
it's entertaining stuff for the neutral, isn't it? And you only want them to go for another hour, so they're tired. Do you have, because this teams go together again on Friday. It's just a draw. Two teams had to do that because of the draw and the setup, and it just happens to be these two, and we thought we'd do it in the first round. Okay, touch from behind. The referee's playing advantage. Now he'll pull that up.
Well officiated there, allowing the advantage and then bringing it back.
Well, let's see what Port Darwin do here. It's coming up to the 74th minute. They have just got a goal back through some nice work from Roberto, and then on the end of it was Isaac Paul, and the youngster just put it away with aplomb.
Just looking at Hellenic now, defensively very, very quiet. I can't hear anyone in that back line shouting instructions. I think they're really missing Joel Powell, who would normally be that authoritarian figure in the back there, giving instructions to.
And losing Dan Bullman as well, and you know, so yeah, you're right, Daniel. There's usually a lot of chip and chatter from the back there. Okay, the two of them go over the ball. Freddie puts over the top. Over there goes Declan O'Shea. He collides with a number of players. Hope it's okay because he's hit right where he didn't want to hit. I think on his left knee when he hit the ground, and in his back as well he's holding. Tough as nuts. Tough as nut? Just a tough nut. Tough as concrete is Declan O'Shea, and he comes back. He's shaken that off already. Ball's played out. Let's just see what happens, Daniel, in this last 15 minutes of play. Really exciting game thus far. 4 goals, got to be happy with that. 4 really different goals, and 2 of them particularly top shelf. Right, Harry Charles on the board in the midfield, comes across to Rushton Woods, who's been advancing on this right flank consistently in the second half for Hellenic. Mario Camaro on the ball, number 4, gets frustrated no one's presenting. That's okay, the ball's still with them. Possession's okay. That's tried to thread it through, but unfortunately not as far as he wanted to. Roberto goes back to Jose. Jose then finds McAvoy, who's such a calming and clever presence in the midfield for Port Darwin. He puts the ball through. Okay, Isaac Paul goes in, makes himself a chance again, but cleared away by Hellenic. Warren Barry, head tennis, played with Sulav Muskie. And Warren Barry, determined as ever, gets the ball. Looks up, threads one through to Munya. Munya goes to Simon Bell. Simon Bell, dangerous situation here for Hellenic. Can they make something of this? Cross comes in off the top and over the goal. It comes off McAvoy. the captain making sure of that and skipped it over the top of the post. What'd you see there, Daniel?
Port Darwin have done really well to shut down the player there. I mean, they've left him open on that flank, but they've responded very well when that ball's gone across to him. They've come across very quickly, 2 men actually, and that was an essential foot that they got in, because if not, that was into a pretty good area. It was an awkward one. It was about chest height or hip height as it was going in, so very dangerous ball. And
Dan, you're one of our emerging coaches in the men's Premier League. You coached Mindle. What are you thinking about Port Darwin and not using any subs so far?
Look, I think the first time I commentated roughly a week ago when they played against Casuarina, they had used more players in their first team than any other club. So I think the coach, Lee Addison, is starting to find his core team now, and you can see that in not having made any changes, that he's starting to find a stable core of players that he can rely on to get results.
Well said and well played by Port Darwin to come out of where they are. This dangerous man's on the ball. He's got his body weight wasn't right. He throws his hands up. He would normally do better than that. Roberto's down on his knees. Maybe he may be subbed at some point, trying to catch the air. Daniel McCormick making those comments earlier about the teams and who uses what, where, and how important your bench is. And John Francis, the coach of Hellenic, had to go there a couple of times earlier than he would have liked, through both injury and, I guess, performance. Warren Barry looks up and puts one over the top. That's speculating and should be cleared up by Kogay. He does, only as far as Munya. Munya skips ahead, turns on the inside, but Declan O'Shea comes in like a front-end loader and just cleans that away. Nice right foot on him. You know those big graders you have out when you're on the country road? He's like one of them.
So I'm just looking at a few of the Port Darwin substitutes warming up, so with only 12 minutes or so on the clock, you'd hope that if they are going to make any changes, that they can keep this intensity up and come in and make an impact.
Absolutely, and I hope they pick John Dean, because he'll have to go out in socks.
He will.
Because his boots at the moment are on the feet of Samson Mashamango.
I wonder if he claims an assist if Samson scores.
I think, well, he will put Daniel, and I could say yes, he will. That's a lovely one-turn shot from Sulav Muskie. Dangerous as he is, number 10. But Dominic Price is there, down low. One of the two Price members of the family that are talented. Anita Price, of course, plays for Hellenic in the women. Great young player and also part of our women's representative team on Wednesday night of last week. So, Ruston Woods looks up. Have you got someone? He does. Kogays have to go back. This is dangerous, but Fannin is there. Left foot. And Fannin will keep this in, I hope. He does. And it's kept in by the man on John Dean's boots. And that is Samson Mashamango. The good work from Mario Camiro cleaning that up. And McAvoy would want that again. This ball's gone through. This is dangerous. Bell can make danger out of this. But Fannin is there. Nice work from him. Simon, good run. Made himself and presented himself. And made an opportunity for Hellenic. But cleared up by number 19, Terry Fannin.
That's
good work.
Two really good breaks for Hellenic now in the last minute or so. They need to be careful, Port Darwin, not to allow them back into the game. They've had high pressure and high intensity. Eventually it is going to ease, and that's what we're starting to see from Port Darwin. But Hellenic now need to make sure they take their chances. Yeah,
great point, Daniel. That's to fight your way back to the point situation and then lose it to this sort of stuff is not what you want as a coach. Lee Addison, all the players that have put in such a great 79 minutes and 41 seconds in this game. We're talking about the Claret and Blue. 2-all is the scoreline. And this is a round 19 match. Just because of COVID-19, we're trying to get all our draw and all our scheduling in. That's a shot. And it's going to go wide. And Turner, first time right footer, goes wide. And we'll have a restart here as we're into the 80-minute now. So 9 minutes of regulation time left. To Daniel McCormick's point, concentration required from both teams. As much as the game is open, concentration is required. When will and if will Lee Addison go to his bench? He hasn't made any substitutes at this stage in this game. John Francis, the coach of Hellenic, has had to do that through circumstance. Okay, Warren Barry on the ball. Puts one through. Oh, God, he's all on his own. He'll take the shot. Great work from Fannin. And Simon Bell had plenty of time there. Just good, persistent defence from number 19, Terry Fannin.
Okay, and that's 3 now in as many minutes. Hellenic starting to come back into the game, which is what Port Darwin don't want here.
So looking at the subs, looking at the coach, is he going to remain with this set of players or put some fresh legs out there? And now he's got to defend a corner kick taken by Rushton Woods. Comes in against dangerous, gone right over the back. In fact, over and will now be a restart. I think the
ball exited the field of play.
Yes, I think it did. So it'll be a goal kick for Dominic Price, and he coming up with around 8 minutes to play of regulation time. I want to thank Northcrest for their support of football, also NTF, who are the construction supply specialists here in the NT, and Steel Line, roof, fence, shed, whatever it is with steel, they give you service over and above in the product of steel. Also Hyundai, great supporters of the football nationally and also here locally. Thank you to the local team of Hyundai and Sharon and her team at Rebel down there at Jape. Thank you for your support as well. Northern Territory Government, that's a lovely ball from Roberto Sickles. A little bit less pace on it, but you know what he was trying to do, unleash Raimondo Jose on the right-hand flank. It's been interesting tonight, Daniel, to have Raimondo and Afridi, they're three really dangerous attacking players. Just move around. And as I said, you've got Jose and Profiti both on the same side at the moment. That's happened a few times tonight.
Yeah, I don't think we can discredit McKeeboy, the captain, as well. He's underpinned that movement. Yeah. He's been essential to the composure and allowing those guys to play forward. He's often just been very composed with
totally
his decision
agree.
Making.
Yeah, he's fantastic. McAvoy, the captain, he really is.
But starting to see a few Port Darwin players walking now, so I think it's starting to get to them, having played 82 minutes, most of them, actually all of them. No subs being made at this point.
Yep. So we're still in the stage 3 of the new normal. We're coming out of our COVID-19 restrictions, and our thoughts are with those of the Victorians and those in Sydney, particularly those of Victorians who are going through a really tough patch at the moment. Right, Sulav Muskie on the ball, pushes it forward, and unfortunately doesn't find who he wanted to, but he finds the other big fella in Declan O'Shea. Declan puts the ball over. This will be a foot race. If it is, it'll be dangerous. But defence clears it out. Isaac Paul raises his hands in the air, was looking for better service, but he didn't get that. He's still asking for more from his midfield. Sulav Muskie on the ball. Nice interception from McAvoy. McAvoy turns it into Roberto. Roberto's got a call early. Machimo gives it out now to Koge. Koge on the run. Going to goal, puts his left foot on it and has a shot. You can see what he was trying to do from distance. Well played.
He had a lot of room there. He could have ran into that box and I think he would have drawn a challenge or at the very least had a shot from 10 metres closer to the goal. Okay,
comments there from Daniel McCormick talking about one of the young players, Tobias Koge, who had an opportunity then to, if you're watching youngsters, I don't think you'll all be in bed now, but if you were, go to the box and make the defender have to actually make a tackle. Or bring the keeper out a little bit more and you might be able to push it past him. But he instead take a shot and it went wide. Right, restart from the keeper, Nicholas. Nice work from Tobias. Coming up to the 85th minute. Rushton Woods throws into Camero. Camero turns. He's got plenty of time and space. My goodness, he's got space. He goes across to Joseph Nyembo. Joseph's on the ball now. He looks to go forward, finds Sulav. Sulav tries to head it on, but only as far as Declan O'Shea. The ball's kicked out. Coach is trying to get his team to come forward. I think you're right, Daniel. He needs to make a sub, I think, or give someone a chance for a breather. This ball comes down. Declan O'Shea gets there with great force and determination.
There's more and more space opening up now for Hellenic, and that's not where you want to be giving them. They'll punish you.
No, to your point about that's where they dominate and boss the game from the midfield. Right, he comes in again. This is Charles, a sub, number 5, comes across field. Dangerous, but fortuitously for Fort Darwin, falls at the feet of number 14. Profiti plays it forward. It's now a chase between the young Isaac Paul, and he wins that, and he wins the ball as well.
Just look how slowly the Port Darwin backline's moving up here. They're absolutely exhausted.
He's now got his subs off the bench moving around.
Here Roberto calling out, I can't run.
So Lee needs to make the move, the coach. And Freddie on the ball now. Profiti goes around. He's having a battle there with Turner. And Turner shadows that ball and shepherds it over the line where there'll be a throw-in from Port Darwin. Coming up to the 86-minute mark, there will be a substitute. Assistant referee's raised his flag. Ryan, the centre referee, has seen that. Who will be the sub? Roberto Sickles is coming from the pitch. Roberto's put in a great 86 minutes. What a shift. really the human engine, as they say. His sub will be number 6, Peter Bartlett. Peter Bartlett's got every member of the family here and his mates. Well, great shift, Roberto. He tried his hardest everywhere. There's a nice smile on his face.
Credit to Port Darwin and the youngsters and reserves players for coming down to support the first team here, especially on a Tuesday. It's great to see.
Yeah, it is. They need to get out of the house. But no, they're down here supporting, which is wonderful. Well said, Daniel. Okay, it's 2-2 on the scoreboard. Will we get a winner here? We have approximately 3 minutes of regulation time to go. We don't know if there'll be much time added. Port Darwin have made their first substitute. Bartlett is on for Roberto. This is dangerous. 87-minute coming up right now. Harry Charles on the ball. He pushes it to Sulav Muskie. Muskie looks across. Interception is early by Jay McAdam. He goes across Adam. And Jay Adams, well played. I just gave him a Mick and his name, so he's Scottish now. So he puts the ball through, and he's trying to find Isaac Paul. Isaac Paul has been in that battle all night with the defence from Hellenic. Won by Nyambo this time. Goes back to Turner. Turner will go to Juna. And Juna goes back that way. Now they go forward. Interception from Profiti. And McAvoy gets involved and cleans it up. Adams goes down. Headed on from Jose, but only as far as the defence of Hellenic, who put a hopeful kick across. And Kogai finds it. Kogai puts it into Bartlett, but Munoz there first. Number 11. Dynamic play, gets the ball back from... This is dangerous for them. This ball goes across. Declan gets his foot out to it. He's not happy with himself because he didn't get it away from there. Simon Bell has it. Simon Bell looks up, trying to find. He does it on the turn. He's a dangerous player in those situations, number 5, Harry Charles. He on the turn, left footer, kept it into control, but just a little high, went about maybe half a metre over the centre of the goals. And that's just how dangerous this game is as these seconds tick away. We're in the 88th minute, 26 seconds. Dominic Price will take his time. He places the ball. I'm getting a sense that Port Darwin are playing this one out. Hellenic want to win it. I could be wrong.
I think both teams are trying to win this one at the moment.
This is fantastic. Love that, Daniel. Nice positive comment. Here we go. Port Darwin on the run. Bartlett's going to be picked off by Rushton Woods. Will go back to his keeper. Nicholas at the 88th minute and 52nd minute mark. Will we get a winner out of this? O'Shea comes forward. Great dominant play from him. He has been fantastic tonight. He turns it inside, and Raimondo looks up for a pass but doesn't make it.
They just need to be cautious here. Simon Bell and Munya are both sitting very high. Munya's got the speed to break the line.
Let's just see what happens here. Tobias Kogai goes back. Kabogo pushes it out.
Bit of a shirt pull there.
Pushes it out. Paul is pinched by Bell. Berry goes in between the two of them. Ball's played on. Referee's playing advantage. Simon Bell has it. Gone back to Mario Camiro. Camiro passes it to Sulav Muskie. We're at the 89-minute mark with 30 seconds of that time gone. Sulav Muskie trying to find someone. He finds Mario. Mario goes forward, finds Munya. Munya turning. You can see this build-up from Hellenic. What will happen? Will Port Darwin keep them out? It goes to Nyambo on the other side. Nyambo turns inside, looking for someone. Great tackle from Profiti, but only as far as Turner. Turner now goes down. Watch his left foot. He's tackled by Adams. Well played from Adams. Profiti's going to keep the ball and slow him down. Now he plays it back to Adams. It goes over the sideline, so Nyambo will restart it. Number 3 from Hellenic, he does. We're out of regulation time now. We're into time added on. The referee raises his right hand for a throw-in for Hellenic. I don't know how much time we'll have here. 2-2 scoreline. Can Port Darwin get another one? Will there be a winner tonight, or will we have what I think is a really satisfactory draw as a neutral? Won't be for the teams, but it's been a really entertaining. Sulav has a shot, and Sulav Muskie, we want that again. He got his left foot to it. He can be dangerous from anywhere on the pitch. That's gone well and truly over the goals between the three trees. He's woken up a few birds. They're not happy. They're cranky. You can hear them going, who was that? We'll tell them it was you, Muskie. They'll get all over your car and put a nice little deposit on your car. So, ball come out to Dominic Price.
He's certainly got them in the draw, though. I've been on the receiving end of a few of those from Sulav. So, for him, he'll be disappointed he didn't hit that. Any other normal player, and they might be thinking that's 1 in a million, but for Sulov, that's a 50-50.
Yeah, well put, Daniel. Okay, who we have? Dominic Price on the ball. Referee looked at his watch, but put it back down again. Well, that's his hand anyhow. So in it comes. Kick-off. Comes down the centre. Ball still in play. Bartlett's there. Rushton Woods gets in before him, but Bartlett gets the bounce. Bartlett now comes down number right, goes inside to Raimondo Jose. Turns it in. Now it's... is that Tobias? Yes, Tobias has moved over there, doing a lot of leg work. He's come well out of the left back position.
Left Munya up here.
Yeah, on his own.
Both teams going for a
saying
win.
Tobias, get back. Declan O'Shea said, get back, and he's getting back there now.
Munya wants it, Sulov sees him.
He goes up, puts it down, and unfortunately, as far as Declan O'Shea pushes it into the midfield, where the ball is on number 7. The ref looks at his watch again. This can't be far away from being the close of the game, but still time. Will Hellenic make something of this final run down here? Tobias Koge puts it out to Samson Mashamango. Samson Mashamango for Port Darwin on the scoreboard, on the showground side. There goes the whistle, and it will be a draw. We couldn't separate the two teams after 90 minutes plus, I'd say, at least 5 minutes of time out of them when you combine both halves. Really entertaining game for the neutrals. We love that.
Absolutely. I could have watched another 30 minutes of that. That was great.
Did you want to go home?
No, not when the football's this good. That was outstanding to see.
Well put, Daniel. Listen, we'll take a short break, come back, hopefully talk to a couple of players if we can get them up here. But we want to thank you for watching. This is Men's Premier League, live streamed right across the country and across the world. Thank you to the Perform Network, also on our own digital channels here at Football Northern Territory. The scoreline again, Hellenic 2, Port Darwin 2. We'll be back with a little summary of the half and maybe talk to a couple of players as well.
They're bringing in the games. The last game I commentated as well. The distribution, the calmness on the pass.
So that was a lovely pass from McAvoy. Mungo on the pass.
Oh.
It is an absolute stunner.
What a stunner.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Raimondo Jose, you have... get his number. Wasn't Andre. Oh, it was Andre Profiti, actually, because that's now forward. Put that lovely cross in to get this underway. Barry's on the ball, chest down. Turns a nice little right footer into Simon Bell. Simon Bell takes a low right foot shot. Plenty of 4 players. Lovely work from Koge. Lovely work from Tobias. Now finds Raimondo. Raimondo puts Isaac Paul underway. Turns lovely on the right foot. Takes a shot. Good defence. Down the Doctor's Gully. Lots of South Australian, West Australian number plates. Oh, there's another go. Who was away with the ball? Simon Bell on a very quick turn. Manoli's on the run. Manoli has an opportunity to come back to him. He go back to Bell. Bell will have a right foot shot. Saw it hit the turf. Outside. Right. Set. Rushton Woods on the ball. Warren Barry's talking to his players. Woods move in, number 6. He takes that shot. It's a ripper. It is more than a ripper. It is a successful take. Beautifully taken by Rushton Woods. 3 weeks outside when we normally do it. But we were the first jurisdiction back. Got 7 rounds in, which has been fantastic. And here's an opportunity. What will they do with this? Sickles is on it. He prefers the other side. He's gone forward. He's let that run too far. That's an opportunity. Missed. Absolutely missed.
Very unselfish play there by
Bell has that ball. He looks up and finds Manoli. Manoli take a shot from there, and he does. Just skims. Restart from Nyembo. Sulov Muskie looks up, puts a ball across. It's dangerous. Dominic Price gets there, and really promising work from them, as they've been showing over the last 5 or 6 weeks. It's just coming together more and more. Watch out for Simon Bell. He will be dangerous. This is an opportunity for Manoli. He kicks the skin off the ball, goes well and steps back, and bang. There's some nice work. This is dangerous. He's on ball and he's onside. Will he put it past him? Dominic Price gets there. Another chance. Not a second chance. A second chance is an absolute given chance, and Simon Bell just takes it. He's also coming back from injury. That ball's been thrown in by Sickles. It finds it. It's there. It's there. Isaac Paul onto that. That's Roberto Sickles' play. Beautiful work from him. Really well taken. Short, quick. Coming back from injury. That ball's been thrown in by Sickles. It finds it. It's there. It's there. Isaac Paul. Coming back from
intensity they're bringing in the games. The last game I commentated as well. The distribution, the calmness on the pass.
So that was a lovely pass to McAvoy. Mungo on the post.
Oh.
It is a absolute stunner.
What a stunner.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ramondo Jose, you have set Rushton Woods on the ball. Warren Barry's talking to his players. Woods move in, number 6. He takes that shot. It's a ripper. It is more than a ripper. It is a successful take. Beautifully taken by Rushton Woods. 3 steps back and bang. There's some nice work. This is dangerous. He's on ball and he's onside. Will he put it past him? Dominic Price gets there. Another chance. Not a second chance. A second chance is an absolute given chance. And Simon Bell just takes it. He's also coming back from injury. That ball's been thrown in by Sickles. It finds it. It's there. It's there. Isaac Paul onto that. That's Roberto Sickles' play. Beautiful work from him. Welcome back. That was just for a neutral. That was just such an entertaining game of football. 4 goals. We ended up with we couldn't separate either team. I've got Declan O'Shea with us. Declan was just a mighty player at the back tonight. Declan, I know that towards the end of that second half there, I'm talking about time added on. There was some desperate play out there. It really felt like you guys just wanted to get a point or more.
Yeah. To be fair, we feel like we kind of lost 2 points there. We were dominating the whole game, but. It is what it is, 1 point, and we're just going to have to move on and, win the next one and hopefully get into the top 4, get into the playoffs. So.
Yeah, well put. You've had 2 wins in a row now a draw against the table leaders. The thing I really liked about what's been happening at the club is that you can see in patches right since we come back from COVID that you guys have got a plan. It's starting to come to fruition. How do you feel, first of all, at the back 4? You feel really comfortable with Terry inside you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Terry's made a big difference since he went in there, yeah, so... but yeah, we just, as I said, we just need to progress, and if we lose one, we're back to square one. So,
well put, Declan. I would love to see you give a bit of your hair to him as well, to Terry. Some of your hair to Terry would be really good. Over to you, mate.
Look, very entertaining game to watch. I think that's the second week now you guys have come out swinging big time, early goals, bit of a back and forward one. You come out, you score, then you get taken down a peg, then they go ahead and you have to chase it. I suppose what's your response as a player and the coach's response? It takes a lot from a team to lead, cough it up, and then to get it back again, or at least the drawback. So what was the response from you guys?
Really, it's just not dropping the head. If you drop the head, really, you're just going to concede goal after goal after goal. So you just have to forget about it and then try and drive on and see if you can get another one. And as we did get another one in the second half, so it paid off. So.
Yeah, some really promising times for Port Darwin. Thank you for coming up, Declan. You're always a great sort of centre-back there for that team, and you obviously talk to the youngsters in front of you. I just want to leave you one thing. You've got young Tobias Koge on your left. He keeps you interested, doesn't he? He keeps you playing. You feel like a parent to him, do you?
Yeah, he does tend to drift forward quite a lot, which I don't like as a defender, but, he's a quality young player, so...
He's a quality young talent, and as you are, mate. So thank you very much, Declan. I'll get you to step out, buddy. Always good to see you. Get James to come in, James Rushton Woods. We'll leave one defender for another, so James can play up in the midfield. Come in here, James. Mate, first of all, I just want to quickly talk about your goal. And I know you don't like talking about yourself, but that was a really well-taken goal. Did you have much time to think about it?
No, not really. It was quite close to the goal, so I just decided to put my foot through it. I mean, Sulav normally takes them. He's the free kick master at the club, so I'm just happy when I get one to have a shot, really. Yeah,
and you did, and he was off the field because he was actually a sub tonight, so you took advantage of it. Well done, mate. Dan, you got a question for James?
I do. I can see the grass on the side of your face here and all up your arm. Obviously a very physical game, and certainly in the back line, you can't back out of those tackles. Port sort of really brought it to you physically, and not many teams have done that. What's the response when you're under that heavy pressure, especially from a team like that that's hungry for a win?
Yeah. Well, it's as I say, when you're under pressure at the back like that, sometimes you just need to get it long and miss out the midfield and stuff like that. And it's a credit to Port, to be honest. They could have played a great game today, and it's a credit to Lee and Rory and John what they're doing at the club. You can see they're coming on leaps and bounds, so done really well.
Yeah, you could actually see you guys playing up, building up from the back. They had a very different strategy, a lot of long balls, a lot of long goal kicks. They were taking to you airily, and again, looking at you guys, you have the height advantage over most of them, but they weren't afraid of that. They were going at it, so it was great to watch as a neutral.
And James, you play in a defensive role, you play midfield. What's your preferred position?
Fair to be in midfield, but I mean, as I say, there's loads of quality in midfield at this club, and I'm happy to play anywhere, to be honest. I played left back last week, right back this week, centre mid next week. I don't know, I'm just happy to play, to be honest. So I'm a man for all positions.
Yeah, you are a man for all positions. And also, you were doing that overlapping stuff from the right back as well today. You really got forward. Was that just something you did yourself because you saw the opportunity, or was it something that John wanted you to do?
John wants us to get forward as much as possible. I mean, he's a really attacking coach, so as soon as I've got an opportunity to go forward, he'll tell me to get forward.
And one of the good things about your team and this current bunch of players, it doesn't matter. There were seconds to go on time added. We're sitting here thinking they'll get one. It's on. Do you feel that as players in the club that you can do it at any time?
Yeah, we've got the players on the pitch that can pull it out of the bag at any minute. So, I mean, Warren, Jesse, Sulav, at any moment in time they can put the ball in the back of the net. So, yeah, we've got the players to do it. We just didn't do it today.
No, well, you still came away with a point. James Ruston Woods has had a really good game and a really specky goal. So make sure you check it out later on YouTube or on the Facebook channels. Thanks for coming in, James. I'll give you a little short break and go get some water. Thank you, mate. Come in, please, Daniel. Daniel, just a final comment. You saw two teams go around tonight that really gave a lot of energy and commitment to the game. You've got another game they're going to back up on Friday. You were talking about depth in a squad, playing to a squad, managing players. What you saw tonight just reinforces what you said at the beginning of this game. This is going to be a really interesting month of football here.
It is, and we look at the substitutes made by Port Darwin only having made one sub, and I think Hellenic having made four, and two of those being four substitutes due to injury. So It really does call on the depth. They were already missing Joel Powell. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond. It's a straight up rematch again on Friday. So same teams again. Neither were happy with the point at the end there. You could see it going from end to end. They were happy to have 2-on-2s left at the back, both sides. So look, I think both teams are going for the win on Friday night, and there's no underdog here anymore. Both teams are on par. Yeah,
which you point earlier, anyone can win on any night of the week here in the Darwin Men's Premier League. So well put, really astute. Thank you, Daniel, for being here tonight on a Tuesday night. Pizza on the way home, is it? Or more hot dogs?
No, I've had my one hot dog, so I'll keep it healthy. I'll go get some chips.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Bruce Stalder. Thank you for joining us here on this live streaming of the Men's Premier League. It's a midweek game because of COVID-19. A really busy month of football coming up. I hope you can stay with us. Whatever screens you're watching on, we really appreciate your support. And we'll be back on Friday night. See you then.
The last game I commentated as well. The distribution, the calmness on the pass.
So that was a lovely pass to McAvoy. Mungo on the post.
Oh.
It is a absolute stunner.
What a stunner.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Ramondo Jose, you have... set Ruston Woods on the ball. Warren Barry's talking to his players. Woods move in, number 6. He takes that shot. It's a ripper. It is more than a ripper. It is a successful take. Beautifully taken by Ruston Woods. 3 steps back and bang. There's some nice work. This is dangerous. He's on ball and he's onside. Will he put it past him? Dominic Price gets there. Another chance. Not a second chance. A second chance is an absolute given chance. And Simon Bell just takes it. He's also coming back from injury. That ball's been thrown in by Sickles. It finds it. It's there. It's there. Isaac Paul onto that. That's Roberto Sickles' play. Beautiful work from him. Really well taken. Short, quick.